Alright, so we're back with another pet catchers video because we have a lot of things to go over today, especially to those of you that were here a couple of days ago when I talked about the entire AFK process on the bosses. If you have been doing it this entire time, then chances are you have a lot of gems. You've been more than likely playing around a little bit with the talent tree, or who knows, maybe you haven't played around with the talent tree, and that's exactly why I'm doing this video, because a lot of you are missing out on a really good opportunity right now. Also, please excuse the floating TV that's behind me. I have no idea why it's just there, even though I have my thing hidden. Either way, with that being said, over the last couple of days, especially during my live stream yesterday, I noticed something a little bit odd, which I saw a lot of people repeating over and over again, and that's the fact that a lot of us that have been AFKing the boss sort of have ridiculous numbers on a lot of different things. 65 prismatic brushes is also really ridiculous, and the fact that I had pretty much like 22 elixirs yesterday during the stream was also kind of weird. And don't get me wrong, I fully understand if you're not sort of in the loop on everything that's going on in the background or in my Discord server, then you're probably a little disconnected. And the first thing that a lot of people jumped on was, this man is hacking. So let's make our way over to the arcade and let me give you guys a quick breakdown on a couple of little tiny secrets that you may want to go ahead and take advantage of, especially right now that the entire Easter event is going on. This is going to be super helpful for you guys. Now, as many of you know, the talent tree is something that is extremely expensive. In order to go ahead and pretty much complete this entire talent tree, if I'm not mistaken, it costs somewhere around the ballpark of like 5 million, maybe even 10 million, which is sort of a little bit ridiculous, but it's definitely not impossible because there is actually a lot of people that I know which are by no means exploiting or hacking or anything of that sort that have already gone ahead and completed this. Now, currently in the talent tree, I have a total of 16 points unlocked. If you notice, my 17th point is going to be 228k, which is a lot of gems, even for someone that pretty much AFKs the boss 24/7. Now, you'll probably notice the setup that I'm sort of using right now, which I will get to that in just 1 second, but there is a lot of details that go into this setup that I'm using. So first, let's cover something in the talent tree that some of you may be overlooking or may have completely missed. If we make our way over to the top left-hand side of the talent tree, you'll probably notice that I have absolutely no talents whatsoever inside of the pet equip. Now, if we make our way over to my inventory, then to teams, you'll also probably notice that I do have 8 pet equip on every single one of my teams. Making our way over to my pet section, you'll notice that it says I can only have 7, but technically I have 8 on my team, like I just said. This is something that's extremely helpful and something that I highly recommend for every single one of you that are out there. Make it a priority to go ahead and kind of make your way up to specifically this pet equip, whether you own the Game Pass or not. By that, I am speaking about the 3 pet equip Game Pass. Making your way up here and then creating teams once you've unlocked this will permanently give you that pet, whether you reset afterwards and don't invest your points into the pet equip. This is extremely important because, one, you save money on not having to actually unlock every single thing to get to the pet equip, while still keeping the talent tree that you actually truly love, whether that be the shops or whether it be the boss. Resetting the talent tree only costs 20,000 gems. It never decreases and it never increases. So again, the number one priority for those of you that are free to play is to get all the way up here. That way you would now have a total of 5 pets equipped. To my pay to win players, you guys will have a total of 8. Again, I'm not going to do any cuts here or anything. You'll notice I don't have the talent tree on. If I go ahead and exit out of there, open up my inventory, it says 8 out of 7 and my teams are still the same. I can go ahead and swap in between every single one of these and you can see that I do indeed have a total of 8 pets. Now, that one was definitely one of the more important ones that I kind of wanted to get out of the way because I know that a lot of people are not even aware that this is a thing. And believe it or not, making your way up here to go straight to this one is actually not that expensive. But now let's go ahead and talk about this setup that I have going on here, because this one is extremely important and it's going to explain everything that I was talking about at the start of the video. As many of you know, with the introduction of arcade, we also got ourselves the prize counter. Inside of here, there's always a lot of really great things, but there's a lot of even better things if you go ahead and make your way over to the talent tree and unlock this entire talent section right here. Don't worry about the shrine stuff. You don't really need this. The stuff I'm talking about are these shop upgrades. Aside from the fact that it turns pretty much everything in here a lot cheaper. It also allows you to go ahead and buy more quantity, as well as adds a buy all button. But none of that matters, because realistically, the most important thing that spawns in here pretty much every single time is a prismatic tome. Now, this is where stuff is going to start getting a little bit crazy, because I'm going to give you guys the full rundown on what a lot of us are doing right now. And you need to jump on this if you're able to, and you have the amount of tokens or you have the amount of gems to do this. If we take a look over here in my inventory, you'll notice that I currently have 10 prismatic tomes. I'm going to come in here. We're going to purchase all of these. We're going to purchase prismatic paint, because in the Easter shop, you can actually turn these prismatic paints into prismatic sundaes. That's extremely important also, because prismatic sundaes can then be turned into prismatic eggs inside of the Easter shop. So we're going to also grab those paint brushes, and I'm also going to go ahead and grab these MLG runes, just because I like helping out my friends whenever they need MLG runes. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch my team, put on my shrine team. I'm going to hit every single one of these shrines, as well as every single shop that's in the game. That includes the black market, which again, lucky enough for us, look at what's inside of here. We got ourselves prismatic sundaes, 2 more prismatic tomes, as well as 2 prismatic scrolls. So now that puts us at 14 prismatic tomes. Follow along with me here, man, because this is, again, very important. You're about to see why. Next stop is going to be Sunset. We're going to go ahead and check out the Gem Trader. Gem Trader also has some Sundays. We're going to go ahead and grab those. Hit both of our shrines here. And then our final stop is going to be the Easter shop. Over here, I already went ahead and purchased the 2 prismatic eggs that were available in here. I paid a total of 14 prismatic sundaes. And I also purchased the golden cherries. Elite mystery eggs, I don't recommend that you buy these with the lucky elixirs, although I technically can, because I have 3,500 of these, so I don't really care, but I'm not going to purchase them. There's actually a better deal that pops up for the elite mystery egg, where it lets you trade in the regular mystery egg. Either way, this is now the moment that I've been leading up to. Once you've hit every single shop in the game, it is quite literally as simple as just coming in here, hitting your tome, and now every single shop has officially reset. Inside of here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some sundaes. We're going to grab ourselves some golden cherries. I definitely want to grab these respawn tomes, because it's going to help with my AFKing the boss. And this is the deal that I was talking to you guys about. 2,500 of the elite mystery eggs. I can get that 6 times for 91,000 of my mystery eggs. I don't even touch the mystery eggs, so that's perfect. Easiest 15,000 elite eggs I've ever gotten. And we pretty much just continue doing this over and over again in reverse, as well as the other way around. Look at here, inside of the Gem Trader, we got ourselves respawn tome, golden cherries, as well as sundaes again. This has basically been the rinse and repeat that a lot of us have been doing. Obviously, eventually you're going to run out of gems, and you won't be able to purchase any more of these things, but the one place that's actually fairly easy for a lot of us to get currency right now is the arcade. And it's because a lot of us have top hats, a lot of us have pretty much all of the decent pets inside of here, and the prize counter always has prismatic tomes. So this is quite literally an infinite printing machine for sundaes, paintbrushes, elixirs, tomes. All of the extremely rare items in the game just constantly spawn here, and it is so easy to get our hands on them. If we take a look over here now, I'm sitting at 26 sundaes, 15 tomes, 63 of the prismatic paints, 114 respawn tomes, 1.2 million. Like, it's so easy to get all of this stuff now with the arcade tokens. Even if I just sat inside of here and only focused on the prize shop, I would literally still make so much. I have 91.6 billion tokens just from AFKing the boss, which means I could literally hit this 4 hours and never once feel any type of damage on my currency. Now let's go ahead and squeeze in something else here that's a little bit off topic, but still sort of talking about the hypercore. A lot of you have been commenting on that video that I made, asking me how it is that I'm able to get so many respawn tomes to do this so often. And there's actually a simple answer to that. For one, using the prize counter trick is a very, very good method. Every single time that you reset this thing, there's almost always respawn stuff in here. Sometimes there isn't. This time it was an unfortunate roll. There's only one prismatic thing in here, which is the paintbrush. I'm going to grab it, but majority of the time there is respawn tomes in here. There'll be like 6, sometimes 5. So you definitely want to pay attention to this and you want to scoop those up as fast as you can. Next place is obviously going to be your shrine over here. This one almost always gives it, but then sometimes you get the unfortunate chance where it does give you the timeful. But that's really not a big deal because you can go back to the Easter shop, and inside of the Easter shop, there's also the spawn of trading the timeful tomes for respawn tomes. Now, for those of you that are AFKing the boss, this is going to be the #1 way for you guys to go ahead and get tomes, and that is the Rune Ravager. If we make our way over here to my inventory, you guys will notice that I have a pretty ridiculous amount of runes. And honestly, this is nothing compared to what some of the people on the leaderboards have right now. A lot of people have thousands of every single one of these, and if you come inside of the Rune Ravager, he accepts lifesteal as well as deadly in exchange for respawn tomes. I do this all the time. I pretty much use them until I drop it down to about like maybe 100 or maybe even less than that. And if you notice, now I'm already back to 150 tomes. I'm ready to go ahead and run the boss maybe like 400 or even 500 times, because when I do the boss, I actually do it at level 25, so that way I get tomes in return. The most efficient way to do it if you're going for leaderboard, especially the Easter egg leaderboard, is to do it at level 1, and probably not even doing this boss. It would probably be better to do the Kraken one. I mentioned that because I've been seeing a lot of you over on the Discord talking about how the people in the leaderboards are already in the millions. That's how they're doing it. They're just AFKing the boss, which if you AFK the boss, specifically Kraken at level 1, you can get the boss done in about 5 to 10 seconds. But yeah, man, for some of you, this might be common knowledge and some of you might think outside of the box, but believe it or not, there is a lot of players out there that really don't think outside of the box, and they don't really keep up with all of the, secrets that are going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. So this will hopefully be really helpful for you guys. My biggest tip is do not invest too much money into the talent tree. If you have it to kind of spare and you have crazy amounts of stuff in your inventory, then yeah, of course, by all means, go for it. You can spend your gems on stuff a lot more important, like racking up some prismatic eggs, elixirs, sundays, bunch of different things. Just go ahead and at most unlock 16 points, which is exactly what I have. And then every single time that you need to use the talent tree, just reset it. That's literally what I do. If I'm going to open up eggs, I reset the tree. I go ahead and unlock all of these. And I, of course, grab the shop stuff so that way I can mix in buying stuff in the shop. Again, man, there's been a lot of confusion. So many people pointing fingers here and there. Hey, you're hacking. This guy's hacking. The other dude's hacking. Don't get me wrong. I 100% believe that there is people actually hacking out there, but not everyone is. Some people are running tiny tasks. Some people are just actually putting in the gameplay time, and other people have just kind of given up. So there's all types of different people in the game right now. And the point is, I wanted to show this information to you guys so you just do not miss the opportunity. Hopefully this went ahead and helped you guys. If it did, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of my pet catchers content. Really appreciate all the support, man. It's been a lot of fun. This weekend has been crazy. The stream yesterday was crazy. The support on yesterday's video was crazy, and I appreciate it very, very much. Currently, I'm working on getting you guys the showcase video. I know that a lot of you want to see all of different stuff. I did get my hands on the event pass pets. I completed that 100%, got the Dark Defender as well as the Prisma. For some reason, the Galactic Shard model was completely changed in new servers, so it looks a little bit different. Aside from those that I just showed you, I also have a couple of people that have Easter egg baskets, that have egg charm, as well as the keeper pet. There's a bunch of different ones that I already have lined up. I just need to make sure that I get every single one of them, put them in one video to showcase it to all of you guys. I'll also more than likely throw in the trophy in that mix so that way you guys can get a look at that. But either way, man, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.